Hi, this is Alan Schimmel of DevOps.com, and here we are at DevOps Enterprise Summit with three folks who just presented. We have Rachel Reinitz, CTO of IBM's Bluemix Garage, Kristal York of Point Source, and on my far right, Angel Diaz, VP of Cloud at IBM DevOps. Guys, welcome. First of all, you guys just presented. For our audience who wasn't lucky enough to be here, what did you present on?
Well, you know, the three of us got on stage and we had a lot of fun because we were talking about our story, our different stories with clients, with our partners, and an IBM of how we've transformed how we do development internally. Literally thousands and thousands of developers doing DevOps, bringing the best of design thinking, MVP, and scaling it to the enterprise. It was really well received. Folks really dig kind of the ideas that we had, and the best part is that the method is out there. Okay, people can go get access to the method, different paths to the method, and they can participate in the community as we evolve the method together in very much an open source like fashion. You combine that with physical best practices of how actually one does this, everything from squad development to pair programming to replays, retrospectives, with real life discussions on how we work with clients, how we reinvent business processes, how we help our clients be disruptors versus disruptees.
Excellent. So I was lucky enough to be at the IBM Bluemix Garage event last night. Actually, the IBM Bluemix Garage Method event last night, over here at the San Francisco IBM Bluemix Garage, which is at the Galvanized building. And Rachel, it was you kind of led the event there, but for our listeners who may not know what the heck we're talking about, what is the IBM Bluemix Garage Method?
So the method, as Angel was saying, really brings together a set of practices, tools, and experiences, and provides a set of prescriptive paths for how you go from concepts to production applications and scale it, and also how you transform your organization. So we have a very strong focus on culture, and then we look at all the different parts of a life cycle on how you do the ideation with Think, how you develop code, how you deliver it, how you manage it, and how you do analytics so that you can evolve the application based on what you're learning. That's
Excellent.
the method.
That's the method. And IBM is opening garages in several cities, and more to come, I'm sure. Kristal, how does Point Source play into this?
So we actually are really excited to be able to apply the method to some of our critical client problems that we have. So we've been using Bluemix and we've been using DevOps strategy, and so we're just really excited about what their opportunities are for us to actually coach our clients on how to use the DevOps strategy.
Yep. So let's turn back again, though, for a second to your session that you just finished. And Angel, correct me, you guys were talking about IBM's own journey in DevOps,
Right.
sort of culminating on what Rachel's work has led to here with this IBM Bluemix Garage. And like many other DevOps journeys, it wasn't an overnight journey. Give us an idea of the timeline, if you will, on this.
Well, we've been at this internally for over a year, more than that. And we've literally transformed over 2,000 developers. We've broken out to about 400 different squads. Squads are a semi-autonomous group of 6 to 8 developers who do pair programming, who rotate, the notion of pull requests. We have productivity improvements in terms of hands-on keyboard by orders of magnitude. Right, not having to wait or using a platform like Bluemix to have an infrastructure provision, getting instant feedback on the metrics that Rachel spoke about, working with clients, reinventing the business process reduces the time of redo, right? Because you're working with the end users while you're building it. Is that all those aspects of the method that really has helped us accelerate how we deliver value. Another really important part of this is not just the productivity we get, but frankly, the vibe. I mean, the vibe within IBM, the energy, the emotion, folks really like this. It doesn't matter what demographic, what age, people love working together. It is critically important nowadays for retention. It is critically important for getting the best of breed to come work for you. So I encourage everyone to kind of go out there and look at this, because it will certainly help them be more vital and more relevant in their industries. And the most important thing that we talked about was to have fun, to play. And we do a whole lot of playing. So.
Fantastic. So guys, let's talk a little bit about DevOps Enterprise Summit here today. Kristal, is this your first time at DOS? What was your take on it?
I think the biggest thing that I heard over and over again was about culture, right? And I think there's a lot of people talking about how they're going to change culture in the enterprise. And I think the methodology that they're talking about with IBM is a great way to actually implement that in the enterprise. So,
I think you just hit on something here, and Angel, it is all about fun, and it is all about the things you're talking about. But here's where the rubber meets the road, and that's the money shot, as they say, right? Something like a Blue Mix Garage and the methodologies behind it. One of the biggest things I hear at DevOps.com is, I hear this culture stuff, but how do we do culture? I know how to teach someone tools, right? You can always do a tools class and teach and learn a tool. How do I learn culture?
Right.
At last startup I started, that was a big reason for our failure. Actually, we had a terrible culture. But that being said, how does one instill a culture? And I think really at the heart of what you guys are doing with Blue Mix Garages, yes, there's the 6 parts of the method, but it's about having fun to change the culture to make this transformation happen. Rachel?
So I think at the core of it is a set of principles. You need to set forth the set of principles that you're going to live by, and it is one of the practices in the method, and it starts with, one of the starting points, you need to come up with your own, is the Agile Manifesto, which really focuses on people and communication and collaboration, and it's held steady since it came out in, I believe it was 2000. So, we look at that, we expand it with concepts from Lean Startup, and I think every organization has to bring some of their own to it as well. So from an IBM perspective, like in the garage, we combine some of our culture in IBM, which is around professionalism, partnering with clients, valuing wild ducks, as we call them, things like that, with startup culture, which is, you need to focus on the customer, focus on the client, do the right things, break the rules when you need to, but, we're an enterprise, so some rules I don't break.
Some rules are just unbreakable.
Exactly, you gotta learn.
But it is about fun.
But that's where you start from, I think, a cultural standpoint, and then you build a team. To Angel's point, you build a team of people who want to do this, who are excited, and that's the foundation. I think you start and then you grow it, and then you put a set, and then the method comes in terms of process and practices, and you evolve, so.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, we have one more day of DevOps Enterprise Summit. So far, what is beyond your own session, which I'm sure was your favorite, what other sessions would you say were really great for you or that you really enjoyed or learned from? We're going to start with Kristal.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Angel.
I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
Okay, Kristal's thinking. We're going to go to Angel.
I think there have been so many good sessions, and what I liked about the content, I think of that, as a community of practice. For those of us who've been doing, we're pivoting. We're pivoting from everybody gets it. Everybody now understands. Now we're much more precise about the how and the metrics behind it. And that, I think, is very encouraging, because what that's shown is that we are maturing as a community of practice, of practitioners, and we have lots of experience because we have done it. And we are refining and making better. So there's been a lot of sessions about that. In fact, I'd say 80%, most of them have facts like that in it. And that's where the best learnings occur. And that's where the best sharing occurs. And that's why, frankly, we're trying to create a community around our method to get those learnings together, right? And do that with our Blue Mix Garage method.
Absolutely. Kristal, you ready, or can we go to Rachel?
Go to Rachel.
I was going to say, my favorite part is actually not the sessions so much as talking with people. And what I love about the agenda is how much of it is the experiences, like Sharon Williams, and I believe eBay's here.
Yes.
And, I think that it's those experiences. I mean, what makes it such a fabulous conference is how much of it is the sharing of those real experiences, and then the dialogue that you can have outside of it. So you get, you have the opportunity to sit down with people and really go into more depth with what you're hearing, and to have the people talking together.
Yeah, I agree. We've heard that from several people, right? The give and take, if you will, the idea of really being able to talk about very common things. A lot of people have the same common problems you hear over and over again in there, right? And the idea to sit down with peers or even competitors, right? In the case of IBM, I was watching one of these unconference tables, and there were some of my friends from IBM there, and I saw other guys from HP and other guys from other companies. but they're all here sharing. And I think that's what makes, we talk about culture and having fun. That a lot of it, that's what it's about. So we are probably almost out of time here, but I wanted to wrap this up by first of all thanking Angel and Rachel and Kristal for coming, thanking IBM for being a sponsor of DevOps Enterprise Summit 2015. On behalf of IT Revolution here and Electric Cloud and DevOps.com, we appreciate your participation and thank you very much.
Thank
This
you.
is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com.